Mhm. Okay. Good afternoon. Welcome you to the Cox Softball Complex on the campus of Central Methodist University. It's a softball doubleheader against Evangel. Quentin Norris singing the Catbird. See, Evangel 22 and 8, 9 and 1 in the conference. Central Methodist 20 and 6. They're 7 and 1 in the conference. Yesterday, Central Methodist they split a doubleheader with Baker University. They lost the first game 3-2 thanks to a 2-run homer by Casey Jolly. But they came back to win 4-3 in 8 innings thanks to a game-winning home run by Elizabeth Palumbo. While yesterday, Evangel swept the doubleheader with Park. They won the first game 3-1 and second game 7-1. You look at the stats there for Central Methodist leading the way in hitting is Caitlin Kaiser, the reigning Harvick Conference Player of the Week. 430 average, 2 homers, 22 RBIs. For Evangel, their leading hitter is Allie Rayleigh, 473 average, 5 homers, 41 RBIs. Pitching-wise for Central Methodist, they'll get the start in game 1. That's Jordan Ball, 7-2, 1.27 ERA, 21 walks, and 65 strikeouts. And for Evangel, it is Samantha Romero. She'll start in game 1 as well, 7-5, 1.44 ERA with 16 walks and 74 strikeouts. Sports-wise going on today there. Of course, Central Methodist baseball, they're playing a doubleheader today down in Evangel. Last I heard, it's 0-0 to the top of the third inning. Game 2, 2:30 p.m. And, of course, after this softball one, then on Wednesday, they'll head to Marshall to take on Missouri Valley. A 3 o'clock start time there at Indian Foothills Park. The baseball one next Saturday, they'll have a doubleheader against Missouri Valley. That's a 1 o'clock start time as well. And, of course, the first game of that doubleheader will mark my 400th Central Methodist baseball game. And then softball will be home next Saturday, taking on William Penn. 12:45 pregame show and a 1 o'clock start time. The coaches, of course, Jay Hallbrook, had a great visit with him earlier. He just came up to the press box, along with head coach Pat Reardon as well. Of course, if you look at the standings there for Central in the North Division, Out Mercy 6-2, 17-10. Grandview and Graceland both tied for second, 4-4 for Grandview, 19-8. Graceland is 16-11. While tied for fourth is William Penn and Culver Stockton, both 4-8. William Penn 11-21. Culver Stockton 11-23. Clark is 1-3, 8-12. Peru State in 2-6 and 5-21. In the South Division, Central Methodist, they are 9-1. 22-8 altogether, while Central Methodist is 7-1 and 20-6 altogether. Baker 6-2, 26-4. Missouri Valley 5-3, 16-12. Benedictine 5-5, 15-18. Mid-American Nazarene 4-6, and then Park 1-9 as well. Also going on as well, an NHL game between Pittsburgh and Detroit. 2-0 Pittsburgh at the end of one period down in Detroit, Michigan. Of course, the big one is the New Jersey Devils. Also, game 2 of the NHL triple header. Got Vegas Golden Knights and the Dallas Stars there. And then the big one, New Jersey Devils and the Boston Bruins there on ABC Sports, 7 o'clock there. Samantha Romano.
Eagles. Leading off, playing center field, number 14, Helena. Oops. Batting second, playing shortstop, number 11, Madison Roberts. Batting third, playing second base, number 16, Madison White. Batting fourth, catching, number 15, Lauren Hill. Batting fifth, playing in right field, number 3, Caitlin Kaiser. Batting sixth, the DP, number 25, Montana Stengel. Batting seventh, playing third base, number 6, Julie Ryder. Batting eighth, playing first base, number 23, Elizabeth Palumbo. And batting ninth, playing in left field, Number 1, Casey Jolly. Starting pitcher for the Eagles, it's number 22, Jordan Ball. Eagles are led by head coach Pat Reardon. He's assisted by Gene Reardon, Jonathan Lynch, Morgan Wilson, and Madison Stewart. And now, at this time, we would ask that you please rise and remove your hats for a prayer to be followed by the playing of our national anthem. Almighty God, you have created us to strive for our best. Grant all athletes, coaches, and fans the strength to pursue excellence during this event. We pray for the safety of these athletes and ask that you protect them from injury and harm. And help us to honor you in all that we do, on and off the field, and make us witnesses to your glory. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
The prayer and then the national anthem. Quentin Norris sing here today. Of course, you see, we'll go ahead and set the defense for you. Sponsored by Emmett's Kitchen in town. Out in left field, that's Casey Jolly. Out in center field, Kalina Oots. In right field, Caitlin Kaiser. In the infield, Joey Kreider at third. Shortstop, Madison Roberts. Second baseman, Madison White. First baseman, Elizabeth Palumbo. Behind the plate is Lauren Hill. And there you see Fayette's own Jordan Ball. 7-2 with a 1.27 ERA, 21 walks, and 65 strikeouts there. We'll go ahead and give you the starting lineups for Evangel. Leading off is their designated player. That's outside. 1-2 the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes on Megan Stone. Infield at normal depth. Here's the 1-2. Strike 3. Lauren Hill has to throw over to Elizabeth Palumbo to complete the out. So 2 quick outs, both on strikeouts. And here's Allie Rayleigh. Okay. Here's Allie Rayleigh. 473 hitter, 3 homers, 41 RBIs. Came in there as the team, 5 homers, 41 RBIs, the team's leading hitter. That's inside, 1-0 the count there. Rayleigh from Pierce City, Missouri, on the southwest part of Missouri. 1-0 the count. Getting a sign from Lauren Hill, the 1-0. That's a bit inside, 2 balls and no strikes. With Mariah Hanna on deck. 2-0 pitch. Oh, that's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. 2-1 the count there on Allie Rayleigh. Central Methodist and Evangel, both teams top in the South. 2-1 pitch. That's a foul ball heading toward the fans there. And it's 2-2 to count. Jordan Bell was on the mound yesterday in game number 1 at Baker. Pitched well, but I think that 3-run inning hurt. 2-2 pitch. That's inside. 3 consecutive strikeouts. A 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. We head to the bottom of the first. No score here. And we'll go ahead and set the defense for you as well. It is sponsored by Subway. Out in left field there, Callie Berry. In center field there, it is Annalise Lee Verifon. In right field there is Naomi Perkins. Out at third base, that is Mariah Hanna. Down at second, at shortstop, that is Megan Stone. Down at first, down at second base there, it's Kenna Mayfield. And that is Josie Alex Sperry at first base behind the plate. Allie Rayleigh, and today's starting pitcher, it is Samantha Romero. Even though on the program it's 15, but she is wearing number 26. She is their number one pitcher, 8-5, 1.44 ERA, 16 walks, and 74 strikeouts as well. You see Pat Reardon coaching at third. We don't have anybody yet coaching at first. Maybe usually Gene Reardon is out there, but he hasn't made an appearance yet. Now, looks like that's Jordan. I think that's Jonathan Lynch getting ready to head out to the first base coach's box. As Kalina Oots will be the batter. Fires it down to second.
Leading off, center fielder, number 14, Kalina Oots.
424 hitter, no homers, 13 RBIs. She is from Kansas City, went to Staley High School, where my good friend used to teach there, named Melissa Krogh, along with Sherry Butts. That's a ball inside 1-0. One of my friends' daughter lives in there. Our friend's name is Terry Harris. She has a daughter named Haley, who is, I believe, a senior at Staley High School as well. And the foul ball is a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck is Madison Roberts. 1-1 to count. Bottom of the first inning. Romero getting the sign from Allie Rayleigh. Here's the pitch. That's a strike call. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 the count to Kalina Oots. Of course, had a great visit with their family right before the pregame show. And a foul ball. Strike 2. Still 1-2 now. One ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Kalina Oots. Here's the 1-2. 5 of the 6 outs have been recorded by the strikeout. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on. Bottom of the second inning, no score here. The Kaiser. Oh. Okay, let's see how baseball's doing. Hey, I heard. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's why I checked the last time. That was during the pregame show, but a lot of things changed. And okay, here we go. Base. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's pretty. Huh? Yeah. Very good. No runs, no hits, no errors for Evangel. No runs, no hits, no errors for Central Methodist. Central Methodist leads Evangel 3-0. Top of the fourth inning as Caitlin Kaiser comes to bat. 430 hitter, 2 homers, 22 RBIs. The reigning Hard America Conference Player of the Week. That is a strike call. 0-1 the count. No balls and one strike on Caitlin Kaiser. On deck is Montana Stagel. The 0-1 fouls it off. Strike 2. 0-2 the count to Caitlin Kaiser. The 0-2. That gets away and a ball. Heading into yesterday's doubleheader, Central Methodist is ranked 18. Baker was 4. One ball, two strikes. 1-2 pitch. Hits a little chopper to the second baseman. Throws over the first, and there's one down. .289 hitter, 2 homers, 13 RBIs from Rockville, Missouri. First pitch to her. That's inside, strike 1. 0-1 to count. 0-1. That's a bit high. 1-1. 1-1 to count. Central Methodist baseball leading Evangel 3-0 in the 4th inning. The 1-1. It's a line shot that is going to go foul. 1-2 the count. One ball, two strikes. One-two pitch. That's a bit outside. 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Montana Stagel, the number 6 hitter in the lineup card. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. Hits a ground ball to the third baseman. Throws over the first, and there's 2 quick outs. Here's Joey Kreider. 309 hitter, no homers, 19 RBIs. From Eagle, Idaho. Round the Boise area. Playing more toward left. First pitch. There's a strike call. About 37 minutes. Of course, we'll have third round action of the Masters Golf Championship on CBS down in Augusta, Georgia. Bottom of the second. Yep, 0-2 now. A tradition like going others. I think Brooks Koepka is 12 under. Of course, they had to complete the second round this morning at 7 a.m. because of all that rain. Here's the pitch. Ooh, that hitter. So, 2 out there for Elizabeth Palumbo. .301 hitter, a homer and 16 RBIs. Hit the game-winning home run in the 8th inning against Baker University. Her first career home run. Had a great visit with her from Sterling, Illinois, around the Chicago area. Ryder first, she was hit by a pitch. Here's the pitch to her. That's a strike on the inside corner. 0-1 now. On deck is Casey Jolly. 0-1 to count. Ryder's at first. The 0-1. Ooh, a bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 to count. 1-1 to count on Elizabeth Palumbo. The 1-1. That's ball 2. 2-1 to count. Of course, last Sunday, Central Methodist baseball pitcher Alan West threw a no-hitter. And I'm sure he is pitching today down in Springfield, Missouri. That's inside. Did he go? Yep. 2-2 to count. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Elizabeth Palumbo. Where's number 23? Like another great first baseman, the great Don Mattingly from the New York Yankees. 2-2 pitch. Hits the ground ball to the pitcher, throws over the first for the third out. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We head to the third inning. No score here on CMUEagles.com.
No runs, no hits, no errors. The Eagles scrambling on base. We go to the top of the third. No score.
No runs, no hits, no errors for Evangel. No runs, no hits, no errors for Central Methodist. As Annalise Lee Verifan is the batter. 169er, homer and 10 RBIs from Waslow, Oklahoma. And I want to say that's the same area where the great Johnny Bench came from, who used to live in Binger, Oklahoma, went on to play 16 years in the major leagues with the Cincinnati Reds as probably the greatest catcher to play Major League Baseball. Strike call. 0-1 to count. The 0-1 now. That's a bit high. 1-1 to count. On deck is Callie Berry. One ball, one strike, 1-1. Strike 2, 1-2 to count. 1-2 now. 1-2 to count. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Number 6 for Jordan Ball. Here's Kaylee Berry, 226 hitter, 2 homers, 6 RBIs. Kansas City, Kansas. First pitch. That is a ball. 1-0 to count. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Strike. 1-1 now. 1-1 to count. One and one to count. Here's the pitch. That's a ball. 2-1 now. Two balls and a strike. 2-1 pitch. It's a high fly ball. I think the center fielder is Kalina Oots. Makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 outs now for Naomi Perkins. 314 hitter, no homers, 5 RBIs. First pitch to her. Tries the bunt, and it's a ball. 1-0 to count. One ball, no strikes on Naomi Perkins. Brooke Arnold on deck. Strike, 1-1 now. 1-1 to count on this April the 8th. 1-1 to count. The 1-1. Oh, there's a beautiful pitch. Strike two. 1-2 now. 1-2 to count. 1-2 pitch. That's up high. 2-2. That is called a showcase pitch, as Vin Scully would like to say it on television. Trying to get the batter to chase a pitch out of the strike zone. 2-2 the count. Boy, it feels like I'm at Dodger Stadium. Strike three called. That's number 7 for Jordan Brawl, and another 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the third inning. No score here. Okay.
I don't know how I did it, but I did it.
Okay. Well, I'm not saying anything. I just.
Figured it out. Somehow it decided to function. Like I said, for some reason, it would not come up. Doing great, Quinn.
I've 317. 1 homer, 8 RBIs. I'm gonna.
No, these logos would not come up. I just looked at it.
Mm-hmm. No. Oh. No runs, no hits, no errors for Evangel. No runs, no hits, no errors for Central Methodist. There's Casey Jolly, 317 hitter, homer, 8 RBIs from Nampa, Idaho. 29 years ago, this past month, the Central Methodist men's basketball team played an opening round game in Nampa, Idaho. First pitch. That's a ball, 1-0 to count. 1-0 to count on Casey Jolly. It's a high pop up there. Shortstop calls for left fielder. Can't get it. Jolly is hustling for second. I have a feeling it could be a hit or maybe an error on the left fielder. I'm sure Rachel will agree with me along with Gary Linhart. There's Kalina Oots. Drew a walk her first time up. Oh, okay. So Jolly's at second with the double. That's a bit high. 1-0 the count. On time call, the ruling was in double by Casey Jolly. The first hit of the game for either side there. So Oots, count of 1-0. Jolly's at second. Of course, second time they have a runner in scoring position. Remember, Oots was at second when Madison Roberts grounded out in that first inning. First pitch, the 1-0, fouls it to the screen. That's a good thing we have a screen there because if it hasn't been there, yes, it would, or it could be like Harry Carey, grab it with a net. One pitch. That is a ball outside. 2-1 to count. You wonder Kalina Oots will have the green light. 2-1 to count there. Two balls and a strike. 2-1 pitch. That's a bit inside. 3-1 now. 3-1 to count. 3 balls and a strike. It's a little ground ball. Third baseman has it. Headed over there. They throw is not in time. Good hustle there by Jolly. I have a feeling that's going to be an error on the third base, and I think Tim will agree with me. No, they're going to give an it. Madison Roberts grounded out the third. There's first time up. That moved clean to Oots. So now for the first time, we have a runner at third. Jolly's at third with the double. And, yeah, still no one out. There's a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 to count. On deck is Madison White. On one on Madison Roberts. Infield is in. 0-1. Takes off. They throw over there, and stealing second is Kalina Oates. I'm surprising maybe Pat Reardon would do. Maybe have one steal home just like Tim McCarver did in 1964. 1-1 to count. Always like to see those. Those are fun to watch. Hits the ground ball. Her only play is the first. There's out number 1. And runner stay put for Madison White, who popped the third his first time up. Madison White popped the third. Jolly's at third. Oots is at second. Here's the pitch. Lines a shot. That is caught there. That was hitting on the button there. And there's 2 outs now for Lauren Hill. Grounded out to short her first time up. So 2 quick outs. Second and third, 2 outs. First pitch. That's a ball. Did she go? No. And it's 1-0 to count.
You are back now, Quinn.
Okay. 2-2 the count on Lauren Hill. Second and third, 2 outs. Here's your 2-2 pitch. Hits a ground ball to the shortstop. They throw over the first for the third out. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and they leave 2. We are through 3. No score here.
Chris. No, Quinn.
Okay. Well, yeah. No runs, no hits, no errors for Evangel. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for Central Methodist.
The order due up for Evangel. Here at the top of the fourth. Leading off, designated player number 1, Brooke Arnold.
Brooke Arnold struck out her first time out at the end of 2 periods. Pittsburgh leads the Detroit Red Wings 3-1. Pittsburgh has 17 shots on goal. Detroit with 15. And a strike call there down in Detroit. The goals there of Alex Nylander, Sidney Crosby, Danton Henyon. Yes, swing and a miss, a strike 2. And then Detroit's plus Suter. I think going into the third, I think Pittsburgh will be on the power play. Strike. Another strikeout there. That's number 8. Megan Stone struck out her first time up. First pitch. That's a strike call, 0-1 the count. Let's see here. Here's the pitch. Strike 2. Central Methodist Baseball leads Evangel 3-2 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here comes the 0-2. That's a bit high, 1-2. Vegas leads St. Louis 11-8. 10:16 to go, third period. 2-2 the count. 2-2 the count. On Megan Stone. 2-2 pitch. Low, 3-2. 8 strikeouts already for Fayette's own Jordan Ball. 3-2 pitch. Fouls it off. 3-2 now. 3-2 now. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 call on the inside corner. That is called the Bob Gibson curveball. Here's Allie Rayleigh. Struck out her first time up. First pitch to her. It's a little pop up there. Let's see. Oh, nice, good effort there. Rayleigh is thinking 2. And that'll be a double there. That'll be a double all the way. That was a good effort there by Caitlin Kaiser, but it just skidded off the glove. And Evangel, for the first time, have a runner at second. For Mariah Hanna, drew a walk her first time up. And looks like a courtesy run. Looks like number 35. I believe that's Keely Aaron. Here's the pitch. That's a ball, 1-0 to count. So Keely Aaron is the courtesy runner. Now Lauren Hill wants to talk it over. Brings in the infield. 3-1 ball, no strikes. Of course, tomorrow night got Sunday Night Baseball. San Diego Padres taking on the Atlanta Braves. That coverage starts at 5 p.m. with Baseball Tonight, hosted by Kevin Connors. 1-0 to count. The 1-0 pitch. That's a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Keely Aaron is the courtesy runner for Allie Rayleigh, who doubled. 2-0 the count. Kenneth Mayfield is on deck, the 2-0. Nice pitch. 2-1 now. Two balls and a strike for Mariah Hanna. 2-1 pitch. There's strike 2. 2-2 the count. The count is 2-2. 2-2 the count. 2-2 pitch. Fouls it to the screen. Two and two the count. So Mariah Hanna. 2-2 pitch. 3-2 now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Mariah Hanna drew a walk her first time up. 3-2 pitch. Rayleigh. Raley. Okay, fly ball. Looks like Kalina Oots is there for 2 quick outs. So 2 outs now. Here is Mariah Hanna.
Third baseman, number 16, Mariah
Hanna is 0 for 1. She drew a walk there as well. The first pitch. That is a ball. One and 0 to count. The 1-0. That's a strike call. Round 3 has been suspended, probably due to rain. Looked like they were calling for some showers in the afternoon. I think temperature was about 48 degrees down in Augusta, Georgia. The 1-1. There's strike 2. 1-2 now. One and 2 to count. 1-2 pitch. Fly ball to left field. Left fielder has it in front of the warning track for a 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Still no score here.
Three down for the Valor in the top of the 7th. We go to the bottom of the 7th. No score.
Okay, 7-2. That's what I thought. There we go. There is Kenneth Mayfield. Strike call on 1 now. Mayfield 0 for 2. No runs, 5 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No run, a hit, and no errors for Evangel. 0-1 to count. 0-1 pitch. That is ball. 1-1 now. 1-2 to count. Top of the 8th inning. One-two pitch. Slaps it foul. 1-2. One-two pitch. Hits the ground ball to Madison White. Throws to Elizabeth Palumbo for out number 1. 10-2 bottom of the 7th inning. It's 1-1 to count.
First baseman number 27, Josie Sperry.
Josie Sperry, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. The pitch. Fouls it to the screen, 0-1. That's 1. 0-1 to count. It's a high pop-up there. Let's see who calls for it. That's a foul ball. 0-2. Vegas leads St. Louis 17-14. Oh and 2 to count. Here's the 0-2. Misses 1-2. Pittsburgh defeats Detroit 5-1 there. Pittsburgh still in the hunt for the wild card spot. Two and 2 to count. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball to left, and Cryer calls for it. Makes the catch for out number 2. So certainly Jordan Ball has retired 12 in a row.
Center fielder number 7,
Ansley and Fairfin 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Still in the rain delay. Brooks Koepka has a 4-stroke lead over John Rock. He is 1 under today through 6 holes. And it's a ball. 1-0 to count. The 1-0. Strike call. 1-1. One ball and a strike. Top of the 8th inning. No score. Remember, Central Methodist had a runner at third with 2 outs, but Oots flew out the left. Now time has been called. While time is called, we'll give you some baseball scores. Top of the 6th inning. Houston leads Minnesota 4. It's a tie game at 4. Cincinnati and Philadelphia should be getting to start. Royals and Giants. Also, Texas and the Chicago Cubs. The Boston Red Sox and the Detroit Tigers. Miami and the New York Mets. Seattle and Cleveland will get started at 5 o'clock, 5:30 p.m. Chicago White Sox and Pittsburgh. 6 o'clock is New York Yankees and the Baltimore Orioles. Cardinals play the Brewers at 6:10. 1-1 pitch. Tries the bunt and strike 2. 1-2 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2 the count. 2-2. 2's across the board. 2-2 the count. 2-2 pitch. It's a pop-up there. It's hit Palumbo, and she makes the catch for another 1-2-3 inning. 13 in a row retire. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Still no score. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for Evangel. No runs, 5 hits, and no errors for Central Methodist. Here's Madison Roberts, 0 for 3 on the day. That's a ball, 1-0 to count. One to 0 to count. 2-0 to count. Two balls and no strikes. 2-0 is the count. 2-0 pitch. Strike, 2-1. Madison White on deck. 2-1 to count. Two balls and one strike. 2-1 pitch. Ball 3, 3-1. 3-1 to count. 3-1. Hits the ground ball to the shortstop. Throws over the first for out number 1. Here's Madison White, 0 for 3 on the day.
Now batting second baseman, number 16, Madison.
Our boys won 10-3.
Yep.
Number 19, Kaylee Berry.
That's Kaylee Berry up there. Oh and 2. Here it is. Strike 3 call. 15 in a row retired. And that's Brooke Arnold up there, 0 for 3.
Now batting designated player, number 1, Brooke Arnold.
First pitch to her. That is a ball.
Yeah, this is testing my patience. Don't get too loud though. People can hear you on the stream.
1 ball, no strikes, the 1-0. Swings and misses, strike 1. 1-1 to count.
And it's back.
Right at the 3 o'clock hour. One and 1 to count on Carly Robbins. On Elizabeth Palumbo. Robbins is his second, the winning run. No outs, bottom of the 7th inning. They're playing Liz more toward left. 1-1 to count. The 1-1. That's outside. 2-1. 2-1. Safe. Two and 1 on Liz Palumbo. 2-1 pitch. That's 3-1 now. 3-1 on Liz Palumbo. 3-1. Listen to this crowd. 3-1. Hits the ground ball. Knocks it down. Throw. They got the play at third, so 1 out now. So fielder's choice. So Crider is now the winning run at second for Casey Jolly, 1 for 2 with a double. She had a sack bunt in that 7th inning. Then moved Crider to third. First pitch. Lines it. Nice play. Throws second. And back she goes. So 2 outs now for Kalina Oots. 1 for 3. Bottom of the 9th inning. No score. Crider's at second. Palumbo's at first. The pitch. Strike on the inside corner. 0-1 now. 0 balls and 1 strike. Central Methodist trying to go for win number 21. The 0-1. Lines it right to the shortstop, and we go to the 10th. Still no score. No runs on 1 hit. No errors, they leave 2. We go to the 10th. Still no score. So now they go to the international rule where you have, so the leadoff hitter Brooke Arnold's at second. There's Megan Stone, 0 for 3. First pitch. Bunts in the air. Nice play by Lauren Hill, and there's out number 1. Beautiful play. That tells you one thing. She reminds you of Johnny Bench. There's Allie Rayleigh, 1 for 3. First pitch, strike 1. Bomb, top of the 10th. Brooke Arnold is the runner, because she was the last batter out. So when the 10th inning comes for Central Methodist, it'll be Kalina Oots. Pops it foul. It's 0-2. On 2 now. 0-2. Fouls it off. Still 0-2. Dun, 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 dun. 0-2 the count to Allie Rayleigh. Ball 1-2. 1-2 pitch. Way outside. 2-2. Wow, St. Louis defeated Vegas 21-17. That's a base hit there. Second hit of the game. Now the runners are at first and third. 9-6. Actually, it went to overtime. That's one. St. Louis is 6-2. Vegas 2-6. $7:14 to go in the first period. Vegas and Dallas, no score. Kyle Schmidt. So Mariah Henner is the batter. So first and third and one out. Here's a pitch. Lays down a bunt. That's a foul ball. Strike one. Oh and 1 to count. Top of the 10th. The 0-1. Strike. Oh, that's ball. I thought it looked like strike 2, but it's 1-1. 1-1 to count. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Strike 2. Now the throw to second. Not in time. So 1-2 the count. So second and third now. Second and third and 1 out. Infield is in. Fouls it to the screen and it's 1-2. In the bottom of the 10th, they'll have Kalina Oots at second. And Madison Roberts, Madison White, and Lauren Hill. Could Jordan Roberts get out of the Jordan Ball, get out of the jam? Here's the pitch. Fouls it all. Still 1-2. One and two. The 1-2. Strike 3 called. What a beauty. 2 outs. So 2 outs now. As Kenna Mayfield the batter. Would it be something if they get out of the jam with no runs scored? Second and third, 2 outs. First pitch. That's a strike call in the inside corner, 0-1. 0-1 the count. The 0-1. Strike 2. 0-2 now. 2 strikes, no balls. On 2. 0-2. Misses out one. 1-2. 1-2 the count. 1-2. Strike 3 called. No question about it. So no runs. 1 hit. No errors. 2 left. Bottom of the 10th. No score.
Has he been in
12, 13, 15, 17 strikeouts. Seven, 10, 12, 13, 15, 17. Yeah, 7. So no runs, 7 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. And Jordan Ball's last strikeout was number 17. That tied Bob Gibson's record for most strikeouts. Remember, he had 17 of them in Game 1 of the 1968 World Series against the Detroit Tigers. And the 17th one was against Willie Horton. So Kaylee Parker is the batter. Do. 192 hitter, no homers, 7 RBIs. Of course, met her dad, and also want to thank her for bringing me my new Central Methodist Eagle visor. So Oots is the courtesy, is the runner leading off the 10th. Great visit with her right before the pregame show. So Oots is the runner. Remember the last time they had runners at second, they had the bunt play on worked by Casey Jolly. Let's see if they bring it in. Tries the bunt. That's a strike. 0-1 now. Oh and 1 now on Kaylee Parker, the senior from Liberty. Of course, met her dad, Dennis. Madison White on deck. The 0-1. Lays down a beautiful bunt. Her only play is the first. They do get Parker, but Kalina Oots moves up a base to third for Madison White, who is 1 for 4 with a triple. That came in the bottom of the 8th inning. So Oots is a base away from a victory. Infield is in. Here's the pitch to her. Ball 1, 1-0 to count. That's the best way to start your Saturday on this Easter weekend. They're still in a weather delay in Augusta. The 1-0. Lines a base hit. That's a fair ball, and Central Methodist wins it 1-0 on a single by Madison White. That gives her 24 RBIs on the year. And Central Methodist wins it 1-0. 1 run, 8 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors for Evangel. Central Methodist with the victory. They are now 21-6, 8-1 in the conference. Still in first place in the South. Evangel goes to 22-9, and of course 9-2 in the conference. We'll have game 2 for you in about 25 minutes or so. This is Quentin Norris saying so long. We'll see you.